everybody. Welcome back to your favorite Aunties podcast. So the episode today, I have literally been waiting for this episode.
Yes.
Which is very interesting because this episode is about waiting. And it's going to be a very real, raw episode. We are really going to express how we really feel about this thing because I feel like a lot of people do not talk about it.
They do not.
You know, especially as Christians, as spiritual people, as women of faith.
Yeah.
You know, we have our things that we go through. We have our feelings about different situations and things that we have up before God that we would like for him to do for us.
Right now.
And then all we talk about at church is having the faith and keeping going and keep on believing. And nobody talks about when your wait is not 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And it's not 2 months. And it's not 2 years.
Come on.
We going 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What happens when you feel like
wait a minute,
you are waiting on God?
Well, I know a byproduct of waiting on God sometimes is you want to faint, biblically speaking.
Yeah. Yeah.
Meaning, or, you know, it may be New King James. Meaning you do want to give up. You do want to throw in the towel. You do. Like, no, this, Lord, your promise is tarrying. So now what?
For the young ones, I mean, taking a long time.
You know, TT say.
You know, we speak in King James Version.
No, right.
Yeah, no. Like I said, sometimes, you know, it's cool when you got to wait on something just a little while. But what happens when, like I said, it's been 8, 9, 10 years. And now things are looking real bleak and it doesn't look like God is going to do that for you.
Yeah.
And you feel like he promised you this. You've been believing for this.
Yeah.
You've been having faith for this. You're watching other people get what you've been praying for and they ain't even prayed about it. They ain't even act like they want it. And you really want it, you know, and you really trying.
Yeah.
And so I've been in a place, well, it goes in, you know, ups and downs for me. And we've talked about it where you do get very frustrated. You do experience this disappointment.
Yeah.
How many people have felt disappointed?
Yes.
In God.
In God.
God, why won't you give me what I'm asking you for? I believe for it.
I've been faithful.
I did all the things.
All the things.
I did what I thought I was supposed to do. And it hasn't happened for me yet.
Yeah.
I even tried to wait patiently. But what happens when my patience it's run out and I don't have any more and I'm about to give up. We don't talk about that.
No, like not enough people are honest. And every time someone single opens up about how they feel about their singlehood, it is met with, you haven't done enough. Are you serving enough? Have you done enough self-work? Maybe you need to just heal a little more. Maybe you need to do this. Maybe you need to, and maybe you need to shut up. Because I don't need to hear that. I genuinely could go without hearing, oh, you should maybe serve more. I am here 5 days out of the 7 days a week.
Right.
I am here with the key to open up the church.
Right.
I'm the last one leaving. So don't talk to me about servanthood or, oh, there's still more you have to do. I've accomplished a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm only accomplishing more. So how much more work, how much more development, how much more this, how much more that, or if they're, this is my personal fave. Get to know you. Have fun with you. I have taken myself on trips. I have taken myself out. I am in love with Shamarian.
Very much.
Very much so. To the point where it might be even a little scary. So don't tell me that. Don't. And honestly, if you don't know what it's like to be where I am, then just don't say anything to me at all, unless I actually ask you.
I feel like there are some people that just have not experienced the length of waiting that we're talking about. Yeah. And so they're referencing their year-long wait versus your 10-year wait. Yeah. And we're not just talking about waiting on a husband, just period. Yeah. Some people, their wait just has not been long in any area of life. Yeah. And so when they're trying to give you advice and comfort you and they're throwing these scriptures at you when you're like, no, you don't understand. I really feel devastated. I really feel like, hey, this not gonna happen. Yeah. What about the women who want to have kids. And they waiting on God for a husband.
Oh, that's making me cry.
And they're 40 years old and they're like,
God. No, even with that, one of my good friends, he literally told me he does not date older women because he wants to have children. Mind you, he is the same age as the women he doesn't want to date, and he's never been married or anything like that. But he doesn't want to even look at those women because of maybe the birth issues that they'll have, or if they'll even be able to conceive at all. Mm-hmm. But these women have been so faithful to God, have stopped themselves from going to sperm banks, or have stopped themselves from going to adopt other children because they wanted to wait on God, mm-hmm. because they believe God wants them to have a spouse, mm-hmm. and they're trying to do it his way. But now they're 42, 45, 47, 50. Still waiting on God in abstinence, still waiting on God in virginity, still waiting on God and having children. Mm-hmm. But they're literally looking at, all these other women get what they've been desiring, that they've served for, that they've been faithful for. And before we even begin to talk of, well, are we just looking at God's hand? No, I'm not. I'm not. Mm-hmm. I'm not just looking at God's hand. I'm desiring his face and who he is and his presence as well. But I'm not denying the fact that, I want your hand.
Yeah.
I'm not, I can't deny anymore that, no, this is what I want. And I'm honestly upset that I haven't gotten it yet.
Yeah. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I feel like a lot of times when we talk about having faith, believing, waiting on God, and people come back at you with the scriptures and the examples
that you've already read,
the heart behind it is condemnation.
Yeah.
Well, why don't you believe? And you feel that way because you doubt God, and you just, there's an area of your life that you haven't submitted to God yet. And okay, but also there's so many scriptures in the word that talk about having faith, that talk about not growing weary. And if he put that in there, it's because there would be times in life where you would grow weary. There would be situations that come up in life where it looks like you shouldn't have faith. You shouldn't be trying to do it God's way. Because if he put it in there, he's trying to tell me something beforehand, before it happened. So the heart behind throwing scriptures at somebody, I know him. I do.
I know him. I'm literally a minister. I'm literally a pastor.
How I feel. And yes, we are spiritual beings, but we are spiritual beings having a human experience.
And this experience is very human.
Experience is experiencing.
Yes. Okay? And I'm done.
We still have feelings. We have emotions. We have thoughts. We have this biological clock ticking in our head. We have things going on. And so, yes, I know the scriptures, but also there are times where I feel weary. I feel tired. I don't feel like waiting anymore.
Yeah.
You don't even want to add. I've said before, like, okay, I'm not asking God for no more strength. I don't want no more.
I have biceps. I'm good.
Don't give me no more.
Strength training done.
Strength training done.
No, it's complete.
No, like, come on, come on with it. Come on with it. But I just think this was, such an important conversation to have because, again, what we get from the pulpit or even in conversation with saints who aren't in our position.
Not even halfway close to our position, actually.
It's just a bunch of rhetoric of just like, oh, well, just believe. Well, just keep holding on. And when you're in the middle of that situation, and I know some of our listeners are going to testify, you don't feel like hearing that. Let's be real.
You really don't. Like, Mother Teresa, you have literally been with Herbert for the last 60 years of your life. Y'all got married at 17. Stop. You've never had to wait.
Calm down.
No. Because this is something that I genuinely am passionate about.
Yes.
Because I'm more every day. I'm learning and understanding more and more that if people aren't in your shoes, they just don't understand stuff. If you've never experienced depression, you don't understand how tough it is to take a shower, how tough it is to get out of the bed, how tough it is to keep something clean.
Right.
If you don't know, but you'll look
from
down,
the outside looking in.
Well, why can't you just go do this? Why can't you just? I literally can't. Yeah. And so many people feel like that, or feel like they don't want to even express themselves because they'll be met with judgment.
Yeah.
All because they're just trying to tell them what's going on with them, but nobody wants to understand or hear. All you're met with is, this is how to fix, this is how to fix, this is how to fix. You don't have the answers, Sway.
You ain't got the
answers.
Yeah.
You're not saying anything that I haven't already heard, that I haven't already told myself. There are times where God literally has to come and renew my spirit and renew my mind himself. Like for real.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I ain't got it.
Yeah.
And ain't trying to have it actually.
Yeah.
If I'm being completely honest, but then I think about where the world is today, there's a lot of, I can't give in. I can't give in. I can't give up. I've come too far.
No, for real. That is definitely something that keeps you along the journey. But I've said myself, like with a lot of different things, sometimes it's not me holding on. Yeah. It's God holding on to me.
For his name's sake.
For his glory. Mm-hmm. Because there are times where I'm like, I don't got it.
Yeah.
I don't got it. I've texted you. I've called you. I ain't got it, friend. I don't have it right now.
Like, sis, don't.
But you just have those situations, and I've learned I can't talk to everybody about it.
You cannot.
Because again, there's a lot of people that they just honestly don't understand. And you have to realize that as the person going through it, because you can kind of backdoor get a little resentment for the people around you because they're not able to give you what you need or what it is you're looking for. And you don't even know what you're looking for. You just need something.
And you just know it's not that.
You just know it's not that. But it's not that they're doing it maliciously. And we're not saying that, you know, that people are trying to do that on purpose. But as the person receiving it, and I feel like our experience is so unique. It's not every day that people really sit and wait and believe and trust God beyond a year, 2 years, 3 years. It's just not the norm.
It's not.
And whatever he's developing in us, it's been a struggle to develop.
Yeah.
You know, growth is not comfortable and it's not fun. And I'm tired of it.
But you said something that was so good the other day, and it really did renew me. You talked about being a Moses in your generation.
Yeah.
Like the weight of taking someone to a promised land, the experience of that and spearheading that, really being a leader in that does not feel good.
No, it doesn't.
It does not feel good because you understand the weight. Like, what if Moses literally would have given up? Like just straight up. So many people were attached to him giving up.
Come on.
And he had to keep going. I know he got weary.
Absolutely.
I know. I mean, the word shows us he got annoyed. That man was bothered.
Yeah.
But just imagine being that and wanting to keep going, but then being like, is this gonna be worth it?
Yeah.
That doubt creeping in, is this gonna be worth it? Like, I've been waiting and wishing and hoping and believing. Like, Lord, this really is hope.
No, yeah.
This really is like, I do hope. I do. It's people will talk about like an act of faith. Oh, you don't have enough faith. My faith is actually what's keeping me, because if I didn't have the faith, then I would have given in already.
Yeah.
So let's not say that it's a lack of faith.
No, it's not.
Let's not say that, because my faith is what keeps me holding on.
Yeah. I don't like that people don't, just remember, like, yes, there are pockets of doubt in places, but the reason why there is doubt is because we're believing God for something. And whatever we are seeing or feeling is causing the doubt to arise. But I wouldn't doubt if I wasn't actually believing for something. So let's affirm the you believing.
Yeah.
Keep going, sis.
Yeah.
Keep going, bro. Yeah. You are actually believing. That's why there's even room for there to be some doubt there.
Right.
But we just focus on the doubt part and then condemn you for that. And now I feel bad for doubting, but then I also still feel this way, but I'm trying to believe. Yeah. And then it's just constant war going on inside of you, because it's like, I feel some kind of way, Lord, but I also believe you.
And then you got to walk around happy. Because I mean, the joy, honestly, our joy is there. We do have joy, but that happiness,
it goes up and down.
That thing, listen, that thing is real. Having to walk around hearing this from this person, having your own inner dialogue, and then living life, going to work, being a sister, being a mom, being an aunt, being a worker, being all of these things, but met with your own personal stuff. Like, the less voices I have in my face, the better off I am.
Yeah.
So like you said, it really is important to know who you can talk to about certain things. I have learned so much about myself and my friends in this last 6 months even the last 4 months.
Yeah.
That I have, and I've been friends with people for like years now, and I've learned so much about them and myself.
Yeah.
Just going through this part of my life.
Yeah. And what's interesting is, because you talked about it being worth it or not, what's interesting is that although we experience this, you know, frustration or even feeling disappointed, you know, when things are not going the way that you expect for them to go, you also have to realize that God is not operating on your timetable, and your plan for your life is not necessarily his plan for your life. And I've had to, in therapy, I know we talk about it all the time, she literally just empowered me to grieve the life I thought I was going to live. I had to let that image and that clock and that timeline and that calendar go, because that is what was causing me, and still sometimes causes me, a great deal of anxiety, a great deal of frustration, because I already have in my head how this is supposed to go.
Right.
And it's not that this came out of nowhere. I'm reading the scriptures. Hey, you know, they always want to use the biblical examples. And so I'm picking the biblical examples and I'm looking how their situation was. I'm looking at the people around me, how their situation was. Okay, well, let's put 2 and 2 together. This is how this is supposed to go. And then when it doesn't go that way, you have to let that go and grieve the fact that whatever you created in your mind, that ain't what God had. Not saying that his plan is always better. Come on.
Yeah.
His ways is higher. His thoughts are higher. But you just have to, it's okay to grieve. Hey, my life didn't turn out the way that I expected it to.
And allow people to say that.
Yeah.
Please don't try to instantly, oh no, but let me do this. Let me grieve. Yeah. No, because people want you to not stay in it for a second. Now, don't let me wallow.
No.
But let me express myself.
Yeah, feel your feelings.
Without you saying, oh no, head up. My head ain't up, actually. No, I'm very much so annoyed.
Yeah.
Very much so on the edge. Yeah. I very much so want to give in.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to.
That's a large part of this waiting journey for me, is realizing that it's okay to feel your feelings. Because a lot of times we use our faith as a reason to not feel our feelings. And again, we are spiritual beings, but we're having a human experience. Therefore, I have emotions. I feel sad sometimes. Yeah. I feel frustrated sometimes. I feel impatient sometimes. And being able to actually feel that and not just try to hurry up and usurp it with something else, or what inspirational message and this and that.
Fast it out.
Hey, sometimes I got to cry.
Yeah. That's what my tears are for.
It's okay. It's all right.
Yeah.
It's a release. Release that emotion. Release that sadness. It's okay. Sometimes you're crying in faith. Again, the only reason that I'm feeling this is because I'm hopeful for something.
Yeah.
If I didn't have the hope, I wouldn't be feeling all these emotions. So again, sometimes with the waiting on God, sometimes it's just a shift of perspective.
Yeah.
We're always focusing on the negative side of what we're saying and what we're believing for. Sometimes on the other side, hey, I need to go through this to get to the other side. Right. Sometimes it's not a go around thing. Sometimes I got to go through.
Yeah. And you know what? Another thing that isn't talked about is waiting while others are speeding past. Like, you've been waiting, let's say 7 years, 8 years. And then somebody who, no joke, like in all seriousness, has been saved maybe like a month. And then God just like, do it.
Yeah.
It's like,
right.
You see me, I see you.
It's like when you at the restaurant and somebody else's food comes first.
It's like, I know I sat down. And they ordered a 5-course meal. I haven't even gotten my appetizer yet.
You know, we automatically realize, wait, they came after me. How they get their food?
Or at least like if God came out and was like, hey, give me 30 more minutes. God, you can actually have an hour. Like, do your thing. But just the sheer fact that he gave you like, hey, give me this. I think it would be a lot easier if God just gave us like the real timeline for stuff. But if he would you even be doing what you're doing?
That's the truth.
We're in the spirit of honesty.
Yeah.
In the spirit of honesty. If I would have known that my dating experience, my life experience would have been and this waiting experience would have been like this, I don't know if I would have done the same thing as what I'm doing right now.
I agree.
If I'm just being so real. Now, do not take this and go live however you want to live. Know that I'm still making a choice to do this for God. I'm still absolutely making a choice to live for him and to do the right thing.
Yeah.
But if the Lord wouldn't have got me when he did, I probably would have done some other stuff.
Yeah. It was gonna be
just because it's hard. It is not easy denying myself. It's not easy to deny others, but I do it.
I love you.
I mean, we keeping it.
No, let's keep it 100.
My mama watching this.
No, but like, that's why I wanted to have this conversation, because again, it's just something that doesn't get talked about. And for a lot of our listeners, they may not have somebody like we can talk to each other and relate to each other, but everybody doesn't have that. And I always haven't, had that. I just had a dream that I shared with her that I'll share with y'all, where I told her in the dream, God allowed our friendship to blossom because he knew I was going to reach a stage where I would want to give up.
Yeah.
And as soon as I woke up, I knew that dream was so real, because having each other to talk to has helped me so much.
Yeah.
Because people don't understand.
They don't.
And as much as they love me and I love them, there's only so much they can give me, and there's only so much I can give them, because we're just not in the same space and we don't have the same experience in that way.
Right.
So I believe that this was going to be very freeing for the people watching to know that, no, there is somebody else feeling the way that you feel, and we're pushing through this thing together.
Yeah.
Because even though we feel this way, guess what? We still doing it.
Yeah, we are.
We still believing.
Yeah.
We still have faith.
Yeah.
We just want to be able to talk about how we feel in the midst of it and not deny those other feelings that we have.
And also just giving them an opportunity to know that they are seen. And it's just like the Lord gave us each other to let us, hey, daughters, I haven't forgotten about y'all. So because of that, I'm going to partner you all up in this time. And we've even experienced a little bit of the same dating trend at the same time, just so that we can have a reference point even for you all. Like literally, it's kind of scary how the timelines just but it's God.
Yeah, it is.
So I want you all to know, more than anything, this particular episode was just to voice some of what we saw in the comments, some of what we've experienced in our own selves. And we know what you're going through. So don't think that you are alone, because you're truly not.
Yeah.
You're truly not. And God doesn't want us to do life alone.
No, he doesn't. And I just feel like I feel in my spirit, I hear the deep saints. I hear them and I see them in our comments talking about, well, that's where faith comes in. And if you saw it or if you knew it, then you wouldn't need faith.
Shut up.
We understand all of this.
She gonna say it nicely.
And also, we still want to feel our feelings and express ourselves and know that there are other people that are experiencing the same thing. And it's okay. People are tired. I pray sometimes not even for myself, but like for my other sisters with whatever it is they're waiting for. Because again, it's not just about waiting for a husband. It's people waiting to have children. They married and they're having trouble conceiving, or there's always things in life to be waiting for. And so I always pray for other people in this season, because it is so easy to get tired.
Yeah.
And I see why people stop believing. I see why people give up. I see why people can become faithless and hopeless, because it can be tiring. Mm-hmm. It's like going uphill. You're out of breath. Mm-hmm. All right, my legs is burning.
Supplies running out.
All right, I'm thirsty. Mm-hmm. All right, I done sweated through my clothes.
Rationing food.
I mean, it's just a constant. And when there's nothing there to relieve it, then you get tired. Yeah. And I just want people to know it's okay to be tired. Yeah.
Just don't give up.
Just don't give up.
Don't give up.
Just don't give up.
You can be tired. You can get there. But just don't give up, because I promise you it's not worth it. Mm-mm. And just as much as we hope and we this and we that, know that God sees you. Mm-hmm. That's the biggest thing. I know God sees me because he gave me her. I know God sees her because he gave her me. Mm-hmm. And of course, we have a beautiful support system around us, but there is a certain thing that she and I just get with each other. Yeah. And it's so undeniable.
Different.
And I really want that for our nieces, our fellow aunties, our uncles, our nephews.
Yeah. And maybe we can be that to them. You know what I mean? As much as we can with this community of people who are in a position of waiting. I wrote a book, and my whole first book was called While You Wait. Mm-hmm. And I wrote about all these lessons. Granted, I wrote this when I was like 23. Mm-hmm. So imagine 23, 24 versus, okay, still waiting.
Yeah.
31.
Yeah.
Imagine all the things that have happened, all the emotions that I've gone through, all the additional lessons, even backtracking and editing the lessons that I thought I knew then when the wait was only a couple of years.
Come on.
Things change, things happen. But what I do celebrate is that I don't think if we weren't in a position of waiting, any of this would have happened.
Right. Because of the wait, we have an avenue to speak to you all, for you all to have a tribe, for you all to understand where you are and know that you're not alone.
Yeah.
And that was the biggest thing.
Yeah, for sure. Because that's what we needed.
Yeah.
So I know that's what they need.
Right.
Because waiting on God is not easy.
Yeah.
But I choose to believe.
Baby.
I choose to believe.
Now, hold on now. hold on.
I choose to believe that it's going to be worth it.
Yeah.
And that whatever it is that all of us are waiting for, whatever that thing is, it's going to be worth the wait.
Yeah.
It's going to be worth the wait.
And it's going to make sense.
Yeah.
It's going to be worth the wait, and it's going to make sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
there's some things, and the word talks about that, where Jesus told the disciples, well, I can't tell you this right now, but you'll understand it later. I believe that there's going to be a later for all of us where we can look back and see, oh, yeah, this was it. This is why. This is what happened. I believe there's a special reward for those of us who choose to wait, who choose to trust God. Because I was telling her, you get to a place in your faith where you get a little indignant.
Yeah.
And for me, I told God the other day, I refuse to have the same results.
Come on.
As somebody who doesn't believe in you.
Hello.
As somebody who doesn't trust you. As somebody who doesn't walk with you, have a relationship with you. I refuse to have the same results. God, I know you're doing more. I know you're doing greater. I know you got something amazing for me, because you reward those whose hope is in you.
Yeah.
You said if we trusted in you, if we put our hope in you, we would not be put to shame.
Yeah.
So you think we just gonna be out here waiting and God gonna just throw us something? Mm-mm. Like you said the other day, we asking for bread and he give us some stones.
Ooh.
That's not the kind of God he is.
He's not like that.
I hold on to that. I know what kind of God he is. And me walking with him, me talking with him, he's not going to give me the same thing as everybody else.
No, he's not. And then that will be a testimony.
Come on.
And I'll be glad to tell it.
I choose to believe. So I want our listeners and our followers, man, keep holding on.
Yeah. I
know you're tired. I know you're weary. I know it looks like it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Even everything physical that you're looking at is like, nah, man.
Yeah.
This ain't going to happen.
Yeah.
It's looking bleak.
Yeah.
Ain't no more men out there. What you talking about? Ain't no more in the back.
Ain't no more in the back.
What you mean you want a husband? He got to be saved? Mm-hmm. Oh, no.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You want to have a baby, but you're passing the age or whatever it is.
He's gonna
you want
do
a certain thing, but you don't have enough money and you don't have the credit. God's going to do it.
He's going to do it.
And it's going to be amazing.
Amen.
It's going to be worth all the struggle, all the effort,
amen,
all the weariness. It's going to be worth it.
We love y'all. We love y'all really so very much. So we really look forward to hearing back from you all, what you thought and all of what y'all are going through. We appreciate the DMs that y'all send in. We get so much love in our DMs and even in the comments. So go back and check out some of the rest of our reels on the pages, on our shorts on YouTube, and be encouraged, y'all. You're not alone. The aunties love y'all.
Yeah, it's going to be worth the wait.
And until next time, it's your favorite Aunties podcast. Bye.